now that my daughter's coming home tomorrow from it's her first year of college and she's coming home for Christmas break tomorrow, that car is going to see more action than it has seen since she left. My car is going to be like, the hell? What happened?
What's going on? Lights and stuff you didn't know was gonna start popping up. Like, oh darn it!
I know. It's gonna be like gas. What's this gas thing you speak of?
Oh my god, that is funny. I thought it was just me.
No, and it's sad, like, because I go to several book events like a year, and I have more.
Oh, you're doing more than that than me. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to force myself to do that.
It's like for me, it's really a mental preparation. Like, honestly, I'm in denial up until I can't be, and I really have to like start getting start getting stuff together, like to go. I'm in straight denial up until that point, but it's really like a mental thing for me because I have to leave the house. I have to either drive or fly, and then I have to talk. And once I get there, it's like, and I start talking to like readers. It's good, like I'm good, but it's the whole preparing to do it that it's like the anxiety. And then after I get back, don't even ask me to leave the house for 2 weeks. Don't ask me to talk.
Yes, I need 2 weeks to regenerate in the store. Absolutely. Oh my god, it's like 2 weeks before to prep, and then 2 weeks after to get over it.
Yes.
If you've ever seen me in person, I am not being rude. I am freaking out in my head while y'all are talking to me.
Yeah.
Like I think people misunderstand shy.
I think so too. I really do, because I've been shy all my life, and
I'm shy. It doesn't mean that I lack confidence.
Absolutely.
I'm not the first person to pull everyone in and just buzz. I have to. When you see me do that, I'm forcing myself to do it.
Absolutely.
Listen, when my first conference.
True.
I think it was like RT was my first conference, and my husband came with me for that one. So it was my second. My husband came with me for that one, and I was like this, and he could tell. If you go back to my profile on Facebook and you look at old pictures at me of conferences, you see my body is like
like your shoulders
I'm
all
pulling into myself. I'm serious. You can see it in the pictures. So he catches me doing that, and he's like, "Hey, in that house, and get that standing over here." And when I say I went like this, pew, I felt the first author. I was like, "Hey, I'm blue." But he had to do that to get me to get involved because I'm very shy, shyer than people would realize. And usually, if you just run up on me, I'm freaking out. Like, especially if you meet, because when I come into a conference, the hair is brown. It's a natural color. The wig is a natural color. Then when it's time to do book stuff, then the blue wig comes out.
Yeah.
So if you run up on me in regular me, I'm really freaking out. Like, how do you know me? What? What you talking about? Blue? We were in New Orleans, and a reader was in the street and was like, oh, "That's Blue Saffire," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "How does she know who I am?" And I'm like, I nearly jumped on my husband to get away. I was just like, oh
my husband goes with me. If it's not my husband, it's my sister. And both of them are really my emotional support animals. I know it's bad to call them that, but I'd call them that to their face. But they really are. They're just like my emotional support, because when they're around, I can be that little bit more extrovert. And it's because I have somebody that I'm super comfortable with and who knows me. And it allows me to just like come out of my shell a little bit. But if I'm by myself, oh no, like I mean, the only time I'm coming out the room is when I have to sit at that table or on a panel.
Oh my God.
If I'm by myself, then I'm reverting to the Naima that's at the house. Like, until I absolutely have to. But so
Right.
it's usually one of them that are coming with me. I need them. It's like people, I think, they, like you said, they don't get like how shy you can be and how introverted like I am. And I don't even, I'm extra, but don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like people. It's not that. It's just that it's like I'm in my head so much, like when meeting
Yes,
people,
yes,
and it's
yes,
like, what can I talk about? What can I talk about without sounding stupid? Am I going to offend? Because my humor is like this. So it's like I'm
yes.
so in my head, and sometimes it's debilitating.
I think I've offended several people in person and through
Online.
via text and things.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
online because
it's
I if
hard.
you say something to me, I'm going to I think quickly and I
Yeah,
speak quickly.
yeah.
You can tell that New Yorker thing like it goes fast. So
Yes,
the brain is
damn.
talking faster than the actual mouth. So
Yes, ma'am.
so if you
And I'm
ask
from
me
New
to do
Jersey too,
something,
so I know it.
if you ask me to do something, I'm going to do it really quickly and I won't think
Mhm.
about how I've said it. And I do believe that I have offended certain people because they thought I was being snarky or kind of, throwing.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
snark
honey,
is
I don't
like
have
a
time
love
to think
language.
about that. Like I
Mm-mm.
was just doing what you asked for. so,
I'll do because
so
it's
like
like
that's not.
snark is my love language. So, and then I don't know if it's like you said it because East Coast, and I'm in the South now, so I've really had to like think about what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, and because I like snarky, and especially because I am shy, when I am uncomfortable, like jokes is like my default, and my humor
Yes.
may
Oh
not
my
be
God.
for everybody. It may not,
You know what? I'm
and I
gonna
have
show
to.
you a prime example of that. So 9/11, I was an intern for Parasuco. I worked in Manhattan. The building was in Manhattan. I had
Yeah.
gone to work that morning. So I was one of those people who had to walk the bridge to get back to Queens.
Wow.
I
Wow.
told jokes because that was how I could get over walking across a bridge.
Right.
Like we're
Right.
walking across a freaking bridge.
Yeah.
So that was how I made it through. I told jokes. And I realized once I
Mhm.
got home, that's a morbid trait, but you
It
do it a lot.
it is. It
but,
I'm I'm
but that's how I
remembering
cope.
I'm remembering, like, when we found out my mother had cancer, and she was, we was in the hospital, and they were telling her, like, with the chemotherapy, you're gonna lose your hair and whatever. And I mean, I cracked a joke about it. She laughed because she knows my humor, but it's like in those moments that are really high stress or emotional, whatever, that's like my default.
Yep.
And I think it kind of translates to my writing too, because it
Yes, it does.
'cause in high stress situations, I tend to make light of things. And it's not because
That's
I
why
don't
when
care. It's just I think laughter is a way of releasing stress, but it's also a way of just like decompressing, and it makes you feel better. Laughter makes you feel better.
yes.
So
Hmm.
that that's me, and I know some people think, "God, she's inappropriate," or what she said was inappropriate. And I go back and I think about it, and I'm like, that could probably be taken as inappropriate. It's not how I meant it, but I can see how somebody could take it that way.
Don't invite me to a funeral. I'm gonna crack a joke. There's gonna be, especially if
Every
I'm
single
uncomfortable.
time I have spoken at a funeral, I have cracked jokes. I did it about my grandmother. I did it about my mother. I with my uncle. I mean, I have always cracked jokes whenever they get you up there and they're like, "You got 2 minutes to speak," and I'm like, "Yeah, about one and a half of those, I'm making jokes about the person." But we need that. We
Yeah,
need that in
yeah.
those kind of situations. I think it's just
Laughter
something.
is medicine for me.
It is. It really is.
That's why when in Brothers Black 6, when what's her name? When the girl's hanging off the side of the building, Ryan cracks a joke while he's holding on to her because that's me. Yeah,
It's right,
she could
right?
die. She could fall out his hold and drop her.
That is the
But
perfect
he
way
cracks a
to describe
joke.
it. I mean, let's be honest, the shit funny.
heavy because you got breast milk? I might drop you. I told you to pump.
You know what I'm thinking of? Like, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the 5 Heartbeats when like Red was like hanging dude over the side. That never fails to be funny. It never fails to be funny. What's my hours? 9 to 5.
They're gonna put us in the inappropriate corner.
They really are. And I'm quite okay with that because I'm like, the people who are over there in the corner are my people. At least I know whatever comes out of my mouth is not going to offend them. They're going to come back with something equally as foul. That's probably why
I've been told that one of the reasons why my sarcasm and straightforwardness stings so much is because I'm accurate at what I say too. So that's problematic for people because it's like how did she explain it to me? She said it's like a arrow to the heart. It's not malicious. It's not mean, but it's accurate. Right. Yes. She's like, you don't mean anything by it. You're just
that's what you're doing. You calling it like you see it. And you're making it softer by making it funny.
Exactly. Yeah. Why don't we get that? Don't be offended. I mean it in love.
I think that's probably why I have like 3 best friends, and 2 of them are family.
Me. And 2 that are who? What did you say?
Family. One is my sister.
Oh, family.
It's because we all have, first of all, they family, and I can offend them and I don't care. Like, and they can offend me, and I'm like, okay, you got that one. You got that one.
Yeah. My husband is like me, so he gets it.
My husband gets it.
We don't get how people don't get us.
I don't get it.
Why were you offended? When were you born? Why are you so sensitive?
Why are you so sensitive? Stop being so sensitive. I can't have sensitive people around me. I can't. I guarantee you your feelings are going to be hurt. Not because I'm trying to do it, but because of my humor. I guarantee you. I can't have too sensitive people.
There are certain people that I know that I would click with because they just have the same type of, like where I grew up, they used to have cracking sessions.
Ma'am,
so you knew you had to come on point,
or you had to be quick and sharp.
Otherwise,
and creative.
It was going down. Your feelings would be hurt. So I carried that through life. Sorry, not sorry.
The family I grew up in,
let's not talk about family.
It was like boot camp for that. You better be quick. You better have like Teflon over them feelings. You better be creative because they're coming for you. They coming, and they're not sorry.
And they secretly hate you because you're really good and really fast at it.
Right. They like in the shower practicing to see what they're going to come back with.
They was waiting all year for Thanksgiving. Wait till I see her. Oh, I'm coming quick with I got her. No, you don't.
Thanksgiving, like the time when people came together at that table and it was drama. It was like it used to be. Right under Christmas. It was my favorite holiday. It still is, but it's because of memories like that. We would just sit at the other end of the table and just listen to like them just go back and forth. The way my family is, it's like they're gonna do it, but then they're gonna laugh about it and everybody's cool with it, but they're gonna go back and forth at Thanksgiving. I loved it. It's where I learned.
Right. And the funny thing is, so my dad's family is Caribbean. So imagine being in the basement in Inglewood, New Jersey, with a bunch of Caribbeans who don't care about your feelings. we gonna say it nicely, and it's like a backwards compliment.
Oh my god! Oh my god.
Like that hair cute, but
oh my god,
those need to work. You ain't got no grease in the house.
You're like, you got any left? You got any left? Because I'm just, here was my father. Like, I thought my hair was just like so cute, right? Like I had the bangs, I had it in a banana clip because we were going to the bookstore and my father came over. You gonna do your hair? I was like, yes. I couldn't even tell him it was done. I was just like, yes.
listen.
That's what I grew up with.
Look, I won't even go visit my mother-in-law unless we get it
Girl,
all
you
together because I'm
better. You better. Whew.
oh, you look nice, but you ain't had time to do something with you usually no, let me get it right, cause it's not cruel. It's kind of a kind, mean compliment. Like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
they got
but you didn't have time to do you usually do your hair so nice. You didn't have time today?" Something like that, you know what I mean?
oh, my
And
sister.
it's like, "Damn, I thought
They
I was."
they they just they come with it. They're gonna let you know what's wrong with you. Like my sister, I I'll call her like when it's my husband with me at a conference, and I'll call her and I'm like, Nina, how does my hair look? Oh, it's cute. Need to do something with that face though. And
I
I'm like,
can't drink nothing around you.
bitch, I put makeup on. What you cooking? He was like, mm-mm.
But we're
But
used
your
to
hair
that. That's
cute. But
not
your hair cute.
we don't we don't take that as being mean. That's just like,
No, I'm laughing.
par for the course.
I'm like, let me go and put some more foundation and lipstick on and some eyeliner.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Tell you, that's who we grew up with.
I think me and you could chuckle all day. So let's see if we can find ourselves.
I
So
could
you
do
said
this
that
all
you
night. All,
so would you consider Rosebud to be your most expansive or longest series? Because you said six books and
um,
six novellas, right?
oh yeah, definitely. Because usually, like I said, it's like four, and four is a lot for me. Because my sweet spot is three, but
Mhm.
so like with this, like the in February, it'll be like the fifth full length novel, but um the husband situation is the fifth novella in the series. So by the time it's finished, it'll be
Okay.
like six full-length novels, six novellas in the whole series. And in each book, you're going to find at least another character from one of the books, even
Mhm.
if it's just a side character or just a mention. But with the Rosebud books, like the main characters is like this family, this really blended, diverse family. And so you always have to mention characters from the other books, especially if they have their own stories. And then you have to mention the ones who are going to have their own stories to start planting the seeds so people care about them when they come out. So yeah,
Right.
so it
Right.
is the biggest,
Readers, let's
biggest.
drop a caveat right here.
Yeah.
When you are fussing about how long we're taking with a book that is a continuum, or you
Yes.
want us to continue something from another series, this is what's going on.
Yes.
We have to remember that these people exist and we have to add them in. We have to
Absolutely.
remember their voices. We have to remember what they look
Have to
like.
remember their voices because then, especially when you have a series that big, they all have their own voice. And if
Right.
they have like this cameo or they're going to be in another book, you have to remember the voice that you used to
So,
write them. They can't
so if
sound
there's a
like the
country
hero.
twang, you have to remember that.
Right.
If they
Yeah,
have
yes.
Irish accent,
Accent.
that has to
Right.
be present.
Right.
And the notes that we keep on those probably aren't even in front of us
No,
because we don't
no,
speak like that normally. So the
no.
notes aren't in front of
Like
us.
I said, I got like all the manuscripts up while I'm writing one because I know that I'm going to need to go back to it sooner or later to find out like how old are they again? Or well, the now it's like 5 years later, so now I have to do math to age them up and see like do they have kids? I got to keep track of all their kids. Like it's a lot. So because
Yes,
you're always going to
ma'am.
have a reader who's going to catch you if you're wrong. Always.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
That's currently where I am right now because I'm in Wild Hearts, the brother from Ballers 1. his
Yeah.
brother.
I saw oh my
And
god, I just saw your, like, your video for that, and I'm like and I read the blurb, like, what's gonna be in
I
it, and I'm
love them. I
I
love
am
them, but
so
that
ready. I'm so
I
ready.
started that book maybe 5 years ago, and the original book had to be maybe 6 or 7 years ago, where
Wow.
the timeline started, because
Yeah.
that's all in the legally bound,
Yeah.
world.
World. Yeah.
So, figuring all these timelines out and where I drop pieces along the
Right.
way, look.
It's exhausting. And
Yes,
sometimes
it's
you wanna
look,
be like,
I
"Screw it. If they catch it, they catch it." That's what you wanna
when
be
you
like
said
sometimes.
right, but I'm a perfectionist, so I won't allow
Same.
it.
Same. I
So
can't
I
do
be
it.
cursing the book out like, "I don't care. It's due. These
Yeah.
proofreaders waiting. Ah, forget it." And then it's like,
No, I
"Heifer,
can't
you
do
will
it.
be
Yeah.
so sick to your stomach."
If somebody calls you out and you knew you shoulda went back and corrected it.
Yes,
And I
yes.
like, I've had the blessing to, like, work with some wonderful editors, but I'm like, the person that I am, I'm like, I can't depend on the editor to catch it, especially if I'm thinking about it.
Right,
I have to
right.
go ahead and do it, even though it's gonna slow me up. I just need to go ahead and do it. But yeah, it can be a pain in the I'm
Yes.
already cursed on it.
Look, if we gotta chop some things up, we
Yeah,
will.
yeah, yeah. It is.